Today we're going to welcome a brand new xTool F1 to the family, so stick around. Hey everybody and welcome. If this is your first time here, my name is Roy, and if you're a repeat offender, well, welcome back. Today I'm really excited because we're going to introduce lasers to this channel, specifically the xTool F1. I couldn't be any more thrilled about this. xTool reached out and asked if I wanted to review and test out this laser, and of course I do. Thank you so much, xTool, for sending it my way. I will tell you though, I would have purchased it anyway. And why the xTool F1? It's got a very small footprint. It has two lasers, the IR and the diode laser. It rocks at really small projects. It's portable. If you do shows, events, markets, it's fantastic to take with you because of the small footprint. It's the perfect way to bring customization and personalization to your shows. I'm actually gonna find someone that I can bring this to a market or event or show that they do and sit it on one of the tables, and we're gonna do a real world test. So if you do markets or events or shows, reach out to me. Maybe I'll come find you and we'll partner to do a video on this out at a show. Why am I personally excited about the xTool F1? Because I want to make a lot of small items like keychains, coasters, flasks, bottle openers. I'm really excited about doing leather hat patches. So my wife calls these products grab and go, and I want to add them to my product inventory at my shops. So this is a great opportunity, especially this time of year, to have items that are priced at $5, $6, $8, $10, $12, even $15, $20, because people are less likely to hesitate when they're buying something for someone. If it's a real inexpensive, let me just grab it and go. So I really wanted to bring those small products into my inventory. So this is the perfect laser to do that. Here's the deal. I'm just learning about lasers. This is the first laser I've ever had. So if you are an expert or want expert advice, this is probably not the video or series of videos for you. I'm learning. But if you want to add a laser to your business, if you are interested in the F1, if you're interested in lasering, this probably is the channel for you, because we're gonna learn. We're gonna start at the beginning, we're gonna plug everything in, and we're gonna figure it all out. And I'll have a whole bunch of videos on what I'm learning as I am using this machine more often. So by the time it's over with, we'll all be experts. I'm not gonna do an unboxing video. There are plenty of those out there. I figure you know how to take everything out of a package, so we're gonna skip that. But I am gonna unbox it, and then I'll set everything out on the table. We'll go through what's included in the packaging. We'll go into some detail on the F1 and the components of the F1, and then we'll see if we can connect it up and make something. And here it is, the xTool F1 in all of its mighty compact glory. xTool also sent me the desktop smoke purifier, as well as some other accessories that we will talk about in future videos. I did want to go ahead and talk about the desktop smoke purifier, as it is going to be integral to my setup. I'm in a very small space. I don't have great access to a window for exhaust, so this is going to come in really handy. It's also a very good accessory to have if you're going to do shows or events, especially if you're doing some that are inside. So let's talk about what's included in the F1 packaging. It comes with an exhaust pipe, a power adapter and power cable, a USB cable, a triangular prism working panel, an L-shaped positioning piece, a lint-free cloth, 2 keys, some grease, a material pack, and of course, a user manual. So let's talk about the xTool F1. Here is the protective enclosure. And so you're gonna wanna always have that down whenever you're making something. And that's really important. You'll see not only my videos, but other videos where it might be up for filming purposes, but you always wanna make sure that this is completely down before you're starting a project. And then there's the emergency stop switch, which we'll get into a little bit later on. There are 3 things that people tend to forget about and have problems with when they're starting the F1, and that emergency stop is one of them. What you want to do is turn it and open it up, and that unstops it. There's also, when we open this up, if you look right here, there is the smoke outlet. There's a removable base plate, and you can remove this base plate. Let me show you what I'm talking about here. You can remove this base plate. So if you want to get this machine up a little bit higher, you're not limited to just this plate. It can shoot right straight through there onto something else, but we'll put that back for now. There's also the logo indicator. When this thing's on, the logo lights up. It's really cool. This is, of course, the handle that raises and lowers the protective enclosure. And then here's another thing that people tend to forget about when they're first starting out. There is a lens cover right here that has to come off before you can use the laser. Okay, let's flip it around to the back side. And let's look and see. Okay, so here we have the smoke outlet, and we'll connect a hose to that in a few minutes. We have a key. They actually send you 2 keys. They send you a backup. This key has to be in here in order for the machine to work. That's also something that sometimes people forget. The key's got to be in there. And then there, of course, there is the smoke purifier port right here, as well as a reserved port and the power port, as well as the power switch. Over here we have the extension port and the USB Type-C port. Up here we have the knob and the framing button. And then if you look on the side here, there is a sticker that's got some great information. It talks about the knob and the different actions that you can do and what the machine will do when you do those different actions. There's also a section on the logo indicator. Depending on what color it is and if it's solid or blinking, it tells you what the machine state is in. And then at the bottom you'll see, before use, rotate the emergency stop to reset, check to make sure the key's in, and remove the protective lens cover. Those are 3 things that tend to be something people forget when they're first starting out. So those are 3 musts in order to get it to work. And here is the desktop smoke purifier. The front includes a United mode indicator, a constant mode indicator, and a button. On the back is a reserved port, the xTool F1 port, the power port, we have the smoke inlet, and we have the smoke outlet, as well as the power switch and the level adjustment switch. This shows maximum and minimum, but there's also a switch in the middle as well. Okay, let's build this thing and put it together. Oh wait, it's already done. That's one wonderful thing about the xTool F1. It comes out of the box pretty much ready to go. We just have to connect a few things, so let's do that now. The first thing we'll do is, this is the power cable for the F1. Of course, it comes like this in 2 pieces. We know, connect the one piece, and then we will come around to the back and we will connect it right here to the power port. Then we want to take our USB-C port, if you have the desktop smoke purifier, and we will connect that to the port beside the key. We want to make sure the key's in, and then of course we'll come over here and we will connect the other end of this USB-C to the desktop smoke purifier. And then of course we have the same thing over here. We have the power adapter. It came in 2 pieces. We plug them in, and then that is the power for that. The hoses for the F1, it comes with this hose. So if you don't have the purifier, you can just connect the hose, and here, we'll connect it right here. And then you can just have the hose, go out a window or to some other place. We have the purifier, so we will connect it to the intake. And then the air purifier comes with its hose. It also comes with this connector not attached. And I believe that that is so you can connect this to something else if you want to. But this just comes on and screws on. And then we will connect this to the outtake, and we're set up. Oh, now all we have to do is kind of turn everything on. We have the F1 connected to the desktop smoke purifier. Remember, one huge advantage to this F1 is there's no putting it together. And most lasers, you have to put them together, and that can be very intimidating. I will tell you, the xTool lasers, a couple of those, I think the M1 you have to put together. They're very simple to put together, but it still can be a little intimidating. This is fantastic because it comes out of the box. You plug it in, you make sure that you undo this stop, right? You make sure there's a key in it, and what do? We remove the lens cap, and then we are pretty much ready to go. What we're going to do now is we are going to connect it to the computer, but before we do that, we have to download and install the xTool Creative Space. So what you're going to want to do is go to xtool.com/software, and you will see this page. Click download. I've already downloaded it, so I don't have to worry about that, but you click download and it will download the program. So I'm going to go now and open the program, the xTool Creative Space. This software is really easy to use, so do not let it intimidate you. The first thing you want to do is to connect the device. So we'll go in the upper right-hand corner and click Connect Device. Now, if you'll notice right now, it's probably not going to show up because the device is off. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to turn it on, and then if something happens and you ever can't find the device, make sure that your machine is turned on and hit refresh. Yeah, it takes just a second to connect. So I think that beep was a connection, so we'll hit refresh one more time, and there it is. We select it, and you heard the machine acknowledge that it was selected. So now we're connected and ready to make something. Today we're going to make a slate coaster. So let's position the slate coaster onto the base plate. And when we do this, we're going to see a red dot and a blue dot. To manually focus the laser, we're going to turn the focus button until those two dots are on top of one another. You can also use the auto feature located within the software. Now we want to download an image. So we'll select Import Image. Here's a design I created. This particular file has two different designs on two separate layers, and I used some manual settings that I had tweaked. There are material settings in this software that allow you to select the material you're going to use, and the settings are auto-populated. We're going to go over how to do all of this in great detail in an upcoming video. But for now, let's use this file to create a coaster, and it looks like we're ready to go now. We're connected, we've got our design. It is within the 4 inches of my coaster, and now I can click on framing. I'm going to actually put a coaster down, and so we want to click framing, and this will show us exactly where that image is going to be. So I need to move that around just a little bit to make sure that it is fitting properly on that coaster. So that's looking pretty good. So what we'll do now is we will click Process. That's what it's going to look like. I'll hit Start, and when I hit Start, you'll hear the machine beep. Okay, that means it's got it and it's ready. I'm going to push the button on the side of the machine, and we're going to start the process of lasering. One thing I'll say, the laser community is fantastic. I've joined several Facebook laser groups, and everyone seems so helpful and wanting to help. Today, I was at the Vintage Market Days show in Raleigh, North Carolina, and I met Casey with BTC Custom Designs. He was really busy, but he took the time to talk to me about the equipment he had and was just super nice and encouraging. Casey, if you ever see this, thanks so much for taking the time to chat. Your products are amazing. Okay, wow, that came out really cool. That's pretty neat right there. Well, this came out great, but I want to try one more thing before we wrap this video up. Yeah, I just added the care instructions to the bottom of this tumbler and it came out pretty sweet. Let's wrap this up. So these came out fantastic. I think I'm going to do a set of 4 with 1 supervisor and 3 crew members. What do you think? Anyway, love these, love these, love these. We are going to talk about settings in an upcoming video and how to get the best settings for the material that you're going to use. This kind of blew me away. Now, is this something that you can make money off of? No, but it certainly makes your tumblers look a little bit better. I'm actually, because I like rubber bottoms on the tumblers, I'm going to expand that, make it a little bit larger, and put it on the outside probably, but it just came out great. It looks great. I did design this in Photoshop, saved it as a PNG, and then opened it up in xTool Creative Space. I used the aluminum sheet material setting, the preset, and it came out fantastic. I didn't mess with the settings at all, just used that aluminum sheet preset. But all I needed to do was get this thing sized correctly. And of course, get this thing up off the desk enough to get it under there. This is a great example of why it's good to be able to take that base plate off and lift the machine up and be able to do different materials. Anyway, I'm really excited about bringing lasers to this channel. I know we're going to learn a lot, and I encourage you to stick around and join me on this wonderful new journey. I've got links to everything I use in this video, as well as links to other items I use on a regular basis, so make sure to check them out. Some are affiliate links, but again, it's just a great way for you to support this channel without it costing you any more. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Click that notification bell so you will know when we're releasing new videos. Thank you so much for joining me. Have a great day. Test out this laser to bring personalization. The xTool is hooked up. And then we'll see if we can. And then we'll see if we can. And then we'll see if we can. Jeez.